Hi, my name's James Louis Smith, and I'm here to teach you a bit about using the Safarnama web authoring tool, which is the backend, the place where you create what are called experiences, which are collections of locations with media, whether they be images or audio or video, for an app that the Ports Past and Present project has created called Port Places. So Safarnama is where you create the material, and Port Places is the app where you can display the experience with a QR code that people can scan with their phone, or if it's a sort of central experience, we can feature it on the app and it will come up on the menu. So for our first video, we're going to show how do you actually log in and what do you do when you've logged in. How can you create something? So firstly, you'll see at the top left the URL for the Safarnama authoring tool is safarnama.lancs, L-A-N-C-S, like Lancaster University, where it's hosted, .ac.uk. This is the URL. So that's what you're going to want to go to. You go there and you will have to sign in. In order to sign in, you have to use a Google account. So that's the account you have for Gmail, Google Drive, etc. Even if you're on, say, an Apple device, you probably still have one because you had to use it at some time or another. Otherwise, you can just create one. Oh, if you've used YouTube, you probably might also have one. But it's very easy to set one up. And when you've done that, you can use it without having to use it for anything else. So this is my personal account, and this here is a Ports Past and Present account. So I'm going to log in with the Ports Past and Present account. This is an experience. It will always take you in the authoring tool to the experience you've most recently been working on. So you can see here I've been working on one called Coastal Fish Garden Goodig. That was the last thing I had open when I came in here. And this is our menu here over the left that lets you do all of your different tasks. The thing we're going to be doing now that we've logged in, is we're going to say, well, how do I create an experience? So to do that, you go to the top, experience, you say create, you name your experience, whatever you want, really. I would recommend it not be too long. So maybe 3 to 5 words. If it's too long, it won't appear properly on the menu. So keep it short and sharp. The description can be just any credits, who's been involved in the making of it, who do you need to sort of, this is the first thing that'll come up as a very brief description in the app of the experience, and as well as a map and the points that are on it. So basically, you want to do as much as you can, but you don't want to be too verbose, basically. Then you need to pick a project. There's a few different projects associated with the authoring tool, but for our purposes, you want to pick, obviously, Ports Past and Present. If you do that, then basically it'll always link to our app rather than the other one. So let's just create an experience called training test and say this is a test training experience for Ports Past and Present. And then let's say that the project is Ports Past and Present, and we create it. And you'll see that I'm in Cork because that's where it's centered in on. You can also choose to not let, it's assuming you might want to create an experience near where you live. If you don't want Safarnama to know where you are, you can deny it that ability, so that's fine, and it won't make any difference. It's just there to home in on where you more or less are according to your browser. If that's not information you want to give it, you don't have to, but that's basically where we stand. So now we're in and we're ready to start making an experience, which will be our next video.